Sonic is an icon. That's a fact. For many gamers, the spiky blue hedgehog is a key source of happy memories and sweet 16-bit nostalgia.
And that's true for us too. And with Sonic Mania right around the corner, we're in full hype mode. It did, however, get us thinking about some of those less than happy memories we've had with the blue blur over the past few years. I'm Zach.
And I'm Sam. And this is the top 10 biggest Sonic the Hedgehog disappointments.
Okay, so put yourself into my shoes. You're 12, the Nintendo Wii is the biggest thing to hit store shelves since like forever. These things are so scarce that your mom had to give you an IOU for Christmas and just let you unwrap the games you got instead. So for months, all you can do is stare at their boxes and dream about the wonder and glory that these discs have got to hold. You've been staring at Legend of the Seven Rings for almost a full month, and your little kid brain is full of fond memories of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. You played Heroes, and you just know that this game is gonna be the ish. And then it's an on-the-rails storybook about genies or something. My disappointment isn't this even a bad game. It's just that it doesn't feel like Sonic. What makes it worse is this was the first Sonic entry we got on the Wii, and it just put a bad taste in my mouth for the other games on the system. Also, fuck storybooks. I want to blow up the moon with the Space Colony arc. That shit was fire. Books ain't cool.
Speaking of missed expectations, do you remember Sonic Generations? Of course you do, that game was the fucking tits. It had glitz, it had glam, it had just the right amount of new and old, and by golly, it also had a really mediocre 3DS version. Now again, this one isn't really a bad game, but it's just kind of a confusing piece. Part of the appeal of Generations was the contrast between classic and modern Sonic and the way they played. Classic Sonic was reminiscent of the oh-so-great Genesis games, while modern Sonic was built upon Sonic Colors and the good parts of Sonic Unleashed. More on that later. Having 100%ed Sonic Generations, but still not having my thirst for good Sonic games quenched, I went and picked up Sonic Generations for my 3DS. But to my surprise, it wasn't very good. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it definitely didn't scratch my itch for good Sonic games. The entire game was a 2D side-scroller with not much of a difference between classic and modern Sonic. The levels were bland, including the ones unique to the 3DS version of the game.
Look at this thing. Just look at it. You see that shit? That's goddamn adorable. My friends, this is a Chow. These cute little balls of joy were a strange pet care / child raising minigame that was included in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. They hatched out of eggs so you could feed and care for them so they'd get stronger. Did I mention that they also sucked the souls out of animals to absorb their essence and take on their properties? Do you know how much easier it would be to teach your kid to swim if you could just feed him a fish and BAM! That fucker's the next Aquaman. They use these enhanced stats to win races and karate battles to get medals and toys and other cool shit. It was lit! And, like a candle in the wind, it was gone. Chows have been pretty much totally absent from Sonic games ever since, and this isn't a huge gripe, but I just remember picking up Sonic Heroes and being super bummed that I couldn't raise any more of my own little chowdren. Don't hate me for that.
Alright, so bear with me here. So imagine Sonic R, then pretend it never happened. Except for the soundtrack because it was lit. Then take the Sonic racing idea, add hoverboards, and make a decent game out of it. Then make a sequel that can only be played with the Sega Activator. Oh, sorry, I mean the Xbox Kinect. I get them confused sometimes since they're both gimmicks that don't work very well. Anyway, after you run that through a blender, you're left with Sonic Freeriders, which instead of being free, actually costed $60. Just do yourself a favor and go play the previous games in the series, because they were actually good.
So, it's 2017, and the reality of things is that you can play pretty much any old game you want, on pretty much anything you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. It's actually pretty tight. But back in my day, if I wanted to play an old game, things weren't so easy. If I wanted to play the first Sonic game, I pretty much had to bust out a Genesis and get to rolling. They eventually re-released it on the GameCube, but that was still a home console and like a $40 game at the time. So imagine my excitement when they ported the original Sonic game to the Game Boy Advance for like $20. I was super excited. I'd finally get to cut my little gamer teeth on a real piece of history. It was like a chance to earn my stripes. Too bad that GBA port was a steaming pile of hot fucking garbage. Like, the sound sucked, the color sucked, the refresh rate sucked, platforms were just like popping up out of nowhere. It was just fucking terrible. It was fucking suck. Like, how do you mess this up? I feel like porting games to Game Boy Advance should be pretty fucking easy at this point, seeing as how Nintendo did it with like every good game on the Super Nintendo. Every game. I guess Nintendo does what Sega didn't do well. Fuck.
Sonic Adventure 2 holds a piece of every Sonic fan's heart, even though we have to duct tape our rose-tinted glasses to our faces to keep it that way. But one thing I will admit could have been a tiny bit better would be the Green Hill Zone remake that you had to unlock by getting every single emblem in the entire game, which also required getting an S rank on every level, just so you could unlock a half-ass last-minute addition to the game and pretend like it was some awesome fucking throwback to the glory of the good old days. It wasn't very good, I'll just leave it at that.
Alright, I'll admit that I'm a grown-ass man who loves him some cartoons. I'll also admit that I'm kind of a piece of weeb trash. I grew up watching Sad AM and The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and really, that was my first introduction to the series. So imagine my surprise when they make this anime-looking brand new Sonic cartoon. It's like the best of both worlds. Sonic X seemed awesome all the way up until the episode started. I mean, I even got a little love for that faster, 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 faster theme song. So here I am, waiting for Sonic and the gang to be spanking on Robotnik to save Station Square or Mobius or whatever the fuck. And instead, I get the adventures of Sonic and this 12-year-old fuckboy named Chris. I don't give a fuck about Chris's first day of school, I want giant robots. Why does no one care that anthropomorphic animals are running around everywhere? Why is Chris's mom cool with his edgy blue hedgehog living with her son? He hates water and only eats chili dogs, that's a terrible influence. None of this makes any sense. I just want Uncle Grandpa Chuck back, man. Fuck.
So let's be real. Sonic games have always been kinda lacking in the story department. I mean, we didn't play them for the deep and meaningful plot. We played them because we wanted to go fast and look cool doing it. Well, in steps the Archie comic series. The Archie comic series tried its damnedest to make sense of whatever Sonic was doing in the games and also to create a rich tapestry of neat original characters and stories. It wasn't perfect, but it fleshed out a lot of what was going on in the games and gave more backstory to characters that we already thought were awesome from the games. Like, Knuckles had this whole thing about his clan, and there was this really sad arc about Sonic from the future losing his entire family. Or something. What I'm getting at is that there was a bunch of good that came from the Sonic comic. And it was the longest running video game comic in the United States, way past cool. What's not cool is Sega's decision to nix the whole thing and sell the rights to IDW, after they had printed 3 of the 4 Genesis of a Hero issues. You know, the throwback where each issue is the storyline for one of the original Genesis games put into comic form. You know, so they did Sonic 1, 2, and CD, but not 3. And Knuckles. Fucking assholes. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with the comics, who's going to be writing them, or really anything, except that they're going in a bold new direction. And we all know how that goes. Looking at you, Boom.
Okay, so I was pretty upset about the Sonic Aladdin or whatever the fuck that game was called. So when I saw the trailers for Sonic Unleashed, whoo-wee, has the hype train left the station. It looked good, it sounded good, 3D Sonic was out there stunting and shit. I had a fucking hard-on for that shit, rock hard. So I get the game, right? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm running and jumping and having a gay old time. And I beat the first boss and I'm ready for more. And then I get hit by a meteor or some shit happens and maybe Robotnik did a thing. I don't really know, it's been a fucking while and I really try to block out a lot of these memories. Anyway, suddenly I'm turning into this weird dark blue hairy Hulk thing. I'm a little confused because that's not Sonic and that's some gimmicky bullshit, but whatever, I'm pretty cool with anything. This game has been tight, I ain't trying to judge. You do you, boo-boo. Well, I mean, you do you until you make me play this shitty werehog. It's slow as fuck, your arms are stretchy for no real reason, it's like crashing through a goddamn windshield Bandicoot. The game sucks, and the even shittier thing is, for every 1 badass daytime level you get 3 fucking hog shit Nighthog levels. God fuck, why? This is fucking terrible. Ugh!
So, Ooh, our number one Sonic the Hedgehog disappointment is the entire franchise.
Like as a whole.
The entire thing.
Like every aspect they could have fucked up, they probably did.
I mean, between like rush deadlines, shitty launches, completely ignoring fans, literally releasing an unfinished game.
It's been a lot. They really fucked up. For a company that actually took on Nintendo at the height of their power and even won a little bit, they seem to have actively tried everything to push their mascot to the ground.
I mean, they're not the best role model when it comes to business decisions. I mean, who the fuck releases a system the day they announce it?
They're like your dumbass friend Mark, who went to Atlantic City with you, won big on his first roll, and then blew it all on the chances to win even more.
You're a dumbass, Mark.
Fuck you, Mark.
It's like they started throwing shit at the wall just to see what sticks, and now there's shit all over the walls.
Fucking gross.
And now they're trapped up there, forever to be known as the shit-hoarding feces hermits that created the cool mascot that one time.
But there's good news. A shift at power and probably shit walls went down at Sega HQ, and it seems like they ain't possibly have gotten their heads out of their asses.
With some super hot fire looking games like Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania right around the corner, who knows what else could be in store for everyone's favorite animal with an attitude.
Hopefully not more disappointment. So that's our top 10 most disappointing moments in Sonic's history. What are yours? We'd like to know. Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned because we're rolling out even more Sonic content coming soon.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Zach, and we're with Bitmap.
Thanks for watching.